sand beaches of Jamaica to the cool blue waters of Hawaii, from the lush landscapes of New Zealand and all the island nations on Earth, it's time for the best reggae-influenced music in the world. Live from Rolla J Studios in Portland, Oregon, it's the Irie Island Hour. Now, here's your host, Calico Castile.
Aloha, everybody. Welcome to another edition, this new week of the Irie Island Hour here on National Cannabis Radio. We're here every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Pacific at ncr420.com. I am, of course, your host, Wiz Calico, and I'm hanging out here live in Rolla J Studios with my good friend, Radical Russ.
Hey, everybody. Back from the Bay.
Back from the Bay, of course. He, of course, hosts the show, The Russ Belville Show, every weekday on National Cannabis Radio from 3 to 5 p.m. Pacific. Be sure to check it out. That is the show with all the news and interviews that you need to know about all of the marijuana happenings around the world and around the nation. And that's what keeps us really informed here in our community. So be sure to check it out every weekday, 3 to 5 p.m. Pacific, The Russ Belville Show on National Cannabis Radio. I'm also joined in studio by my good friend Mike, the laid-back lumberjack. How you doing, bud? Is your mic on? All right. Let's try this one more time.
How are you doing?
Doing quite well, my friend. It's all good. Mike has to push his own button and mute and unmute himself tonight. So
you don't want to do that too often. You'll go blind.
Oh! The first one's always the hardest, too, or the easiest.
Okay. Well, anyways, before we get ourselves into too much trouble here in the first 2 minutes of the Irie Island Hour, I guess we're just going to go ahead and play some music that I got lined up tonight. The first song that I have is a song by, well, a legend, and it happened to be on a greatest hits album called Legend by Bob Marley. Of course, Bob Marley and the Wailers. We're going to play his song Get Up, Stand Up to start the show tonight because, well, we have about a week, just over a week left to turn in all the signatures we need to make the ballot here in the state of Oregon for legalization. Both the Oregon Cannabis Tax Act as well as I-24 and Prohibition again are both trying to get all of the signatures they need. OCT is about 30,000 signatures away. I-24 is about 50,000 signatures away. Of course, they have more signatures on hand, but that is the number from the Secretary of State from their last turn-in. So there's a lot of work to be done here in the state of Oregon, and the next week we're going to be doing that. Oregon SSDP is organizing a big event tomorrow at the Alberta Street last Thursday, their little street fair that they have at the end of every month. And we're going to be going down there, collecting signatures, and talking to everybody we know over the next week to get them to sign OCTA as well as the I-24 petition so that we can legalize marijuana in the state of Oregon this year. And the reason why I'm going to play this song, Get Up, Stand Up, is because that's exactly what we need to do in the marijuana community, and that's get up, stand up. We've got to start, actually getting off our asses and doing some work. And unfortunately, we only have a week left, and that's plenty of time to get it done if we want to go ahead and take some action. So this is Bob Marley with Get Up, Stand Up, and I hope that it pumps you guys up and gets you guys ready for this week of signature gathering that we got ahead of ourselves here in the state of Oregon. So this is Bob Marley with Get Up, Stand Up. Hope you enjoy it on the Irie Island Hour.
Get up, stand up. Stand up for your right. Get up, stand up. Stand up for your right. Get up, stand up. Don't give up the fight. Preacher man, don't tell me heaven is under the earth. I know you don't know what life is really worth. It's not all that glitter is gold. After story had never been told, so now you see the light. Hey, stand up for your right. Come on, get up, stand up. Stand up for your right. Get up, stand up. Don't give up the fight. Get up, stand up. Stand up for your right. Get up, stand up. Don't give up the fight. Most people think great God will come from the sky, take away everything and make everybody feel high. But if you know what life is worth, you would look for yours on earth. And now you see the light, you stand up for your right. Yeah. Get up, stand up. Yeah, yeah. Stand up for your right. Get up, stand up. Get up, stand up. Don't give up the fight. Life is your right. Get up, stand up. We
Get up, stand up. Stand up for your rights. Make sure you guys get out and, register to vote first off, because we're talking about how we want to get all the petitions signed here in the next week to qualify for the ballot in November. But, it makes it kind of tough when we don't have our supporters, our own marijuana community, registered to vote. I know it seems crazy that some people wouldn't register to vote, but they don't. So
one vote's not going to make a difference, man.
Okay, I'm not even going to... I'm sorry. I just don't even want to tear that apart right now. But anyways, yes, register to vote, people. And if you're in the state of Oregon here in the next week, please help us out. Go to endprohibitionagain.com as well as cannabistaxact.org so you guys can help out both of the legalization campaigns that are still fighting hard to make the ballot here in November so that we can join Colorado as well as Washington State on voting whether or not we want legalization in November. Of course, coming from National Cannabis Radio, we do. So I'm hanging out here in the studio, Rolla J Studios in Portland, Oregon, with my good friend Radical Russ.
Howdy.
As well as Mike, the laid-back lumberjack.
Hello.
And if you don't remember, if you weren't listening last week, Mike was on here, and he decided that he wanted to have a little giveaway. He wanted to have a contest. Can you put Mike's cam on there for me,
Got
please? He's got himself a little Sherlock piece here. It's an oil piece. You may be saying, hey, I don't see no bowl on there. Where are you supposed to put your weed? Well, dude, this is for the hash oil. So what you got there is a little glass nail, and it's on this Sherlock piece. Basically, you just heat up the glass nail, and you take your little dab of hash oil, and you just put it on there. It's kind of like a hot knife, which is the very first time I ever got high. I got high using a hot knife. So it's basically the same concept. You're vaporizing the hash oil on this piece. And Mike, the laid-back lumberjack, has decided that he is not smoking anymore because he's got himself a straight job that he's got to stay straight for. So he's got this oil Sherlock that he's looking to give away, and he decided that he wanted to start a competition, if you will, here on the Irie Island Hour. And so last week we introduced the competition for the best haiku. That's right, a haiku about the very first time you ever got high or experienced the high of marijuana. So Mike, the laid-back lumberjack, gave us his example last week. We had a few submissions as well. Lively Libra sent one in, and a couple other people, MediGrow out there in Vermont.
Yeah. Cure sent one out too.
Cure did send one out. I've got one written tonight that I will share just a little bit later that I just came up with here like 10 minutes ago. So bear with me. And so we still haven't set. We decided that we were going to let this go for a couple weeks. But, I've got to admit, since we went out to the High Times Cup last weekend, I've been pretty busy. And I haven't had the chance to really, plug the haiku contest.
That's all right.
So, we talked about it last week on the show. And that's about all.
It's kind of a relaxed competition.
It is a pretty relaxed competition, as we are here on the Irie Island Hour. But I know you guys who have already turned in your submissions, so far, you got a pretty good chance of winning.
Yeah.
But we're going to end up, we're going to extend this out at least a couple weeks, because I know we're going to be off next week for the 4th of July holiday. Of course, 4th of July falls on Wednesday, so we're not going to be having an Irie Island Hour that night. And as well as the whole network, National Cannabis Radio, is going to be running replays of shows throughout that week, because we all need a break. It's been a pretty crazy month and a half here, and we've just got done doing some traveling. We're going to take a break for the holidays, do a little family time, regroup, and go headlong into July here in just a couple weeks, and get ready for Hemp Fest in a few weeks. Of course, Russ is going to be traveling to Pomeroy, Ohio for the Starwood Festival. Is it Starwood?
Starwood, yeah, Starwood Festival, Starwood 32.
Starwood 32. I can't believe that. That's cool that a festival could be going on that long, and I guess it's an awesome time because you're going to be out there all weekend. It's a camping gig, pretty much.
Yeah, it's a camping festival, week long. They've got the seminars that they're doing. I'm doing 3 different presentations relating to marijuana history, marijuana and your civil rights, a few, and another one that I forget off the top of my head. But yeah, it's going to be an amazing thing. Starwood Festival. I'm sure if you Google it, you can find out more information.
One more time, the week on that, the dates.
I'm there the 16th and 15th, 16th, 17th. I think. Let me look at the calendar here.
Of July.
Of July, right? This
Holy
is
moly donut
13th, 14th, 15th.
All right, yeah, that's literally going to be a few days after we get back from our vacation. Russ is going to be heading off to Ohio.
Yep.
So if you guys are back east and you guys haven't had a chance to see Russ speak out here at one of these High Times gigs on the West Coast or in the Western States, be sure to get out to Pomeroy, Ohio to the Starwood Festival, Starwood 32. Check out, Google it, figure it out. I'm sorry, I don't have enough time to do it right now. I'm doing a show.
That's right.
All right, this is a reggae show. We're going to play some music here. And, this next song I'm going to play is by the Easy Star All-Stars, who I love. We've talked a lot about their albums where they've covered famous albums. Of course, Dark Side of the Moon, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, OK Computer. And now, in a couple months, they're going to be releasing, a couple months, August, they're going to be releasing Thrilla, their version of Michael Jackson's Thriller. So we're looking forward to that. But I decided that I wanted to play some music of theirs that is awesome in itself, and it's not a cover. This is their original music that they put out as Easy Star All Stars, non-tribute album. So I want to, get you guys a little bit of taste of that. And this next song is called The Finest, and obviously they're talking about the finest herbs, smoking the finest herbs. And since we just got back from the Bay Area this weekend and we're at the High Times Medical Cannabis Cup, I guess you could say that's what we've been doing. We've been smoking the finest.
Yes, sir.
So, I figured this would be a perfect song to play by the Easy Star All Stars so that we could all get Irie tonight and, celebrate the herb. And so this goes out to all my High Times friends and everybody who made it out to the cup this weekend. This is Easy Star All Stars with The Finest.
I'm like your royal highness. We smoke the finest, nothing but the finest. Babylon sell me weed, you're in the damn all the finest. We smoke the finest, only the finest. Raise Rastafari from raise the and this kindness. We smoke the finest, only the finest. AJ don't be make me tell them our kindness. Urban me a bunda one, ya name the white widow. And them the kind of weed that is we wanna go to video. And them the kind of weed that Babylon no ram with your officer we have fear of a job. Anywhere where we go, the other one there, when him the chain wrecker. Tell none you tougher than the end. They can make your heart, your soul, and your brain better. The youth them all have to learn the truth and gain better. Me get a jar and a darn lights. The man them bun it up, but that's alright. Wait till you know see what I got one in the night. I got the super silver ace, we make all fly like a kite. Down in Nevada where we find the black tooth. For one them kind of jar, there you have to got load. The sweetness sticky coming like a jackfruit. But the price is unbelievable, I tell you it's the truth. We smoke the finest, only the finest. And get so high, I'm like your royal highness. We smoke the finest, nothing but the finest. When you take a try here, we smoke the finest, only the finest. Raise Rastafari from his loving and his kindness. We smoke the finest, only the finest. Michael G, come back, we tell them our kindness. Next year for certain, like a cannabis cup, you'll find a whole lot of people getting high on this stuff. I mean, herbals hard, not even high on this stuff. Some of the herb, them are purple up. The purple one there, when him the grape ape. You need to check it out, the herb that tastes great. My girl Lisa take a puff, she can't hold her face straight. My Rachel with a jacket rich long at the race gate. We smoke the finest, only the finest. And get so high, I'm like your royal highness. We smoke the finest, nothing but the finest. Put them in a club, them all about for rewind this. We smoke the finest, only the finest. Praise Rastafari for his loving and his kindness. We smoke the finest, only the finest. If you let us go, we tell them our kindness. Again. iPhone. Wanna give me a light? 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 If you give me a light, I'll be alright. Again. Wanna give me a light? Wanna give me a light? Right? Wanna give me a light? Wanna give me a light? Sight? Wanna give me a light? Wanna give me a light? If you give me a light, I'll be alright. Because we smoke the finest, only the finest. I get so high, I'm like your royal highness. We smoke the finest, only the finest. Can you take a try here? No, we smoke the finest, only the finest. We break ya from his loving and his kindness. We smoke the finest, only the finest. It's our group, only the finest.
We smoke only the finest here on National Cannabis Radio. Of course, you're listening to the Irie Island Hour here. I'm your host, Wiz Kaliko, hanging out in Roller J Studios, of course, with Radical Russ.
Hey, everybody.
And Mike, the laid-back lumberjack.
Hello.
Of course, he's our resident haiku expert over here. He's giving away a little oil piece.
I actually wrote my haiku was wrong last week though.
Yeah, I was going to mention that actually, but I'm glad that you fessed up to it.
Yeah, I'll fess up to it.
Good man.
It was 8 syllables at the end and not 7.
Basically, I mean, he put a pretty tough one in there. He put 17 in his last line.
Should have been 16.
Yeah, 16 would work just fine. But I was listening back last night and I was like, hey, wait a minute. that son of a gun really snuck one by me because we had called someone out. Well, not called them out, but had mentioned, because I'm new to this. I haven't written a haiku since probably like 5th grade. Okay, maybe 7th. So it's 575, correct?
Yeah, 575. Yeah.
575 is the structure of the haiku. So it's 3 lines. First one's got to be 5 syllables. Second line's got to be 7 syllables. Third line's got to be 5 syllables. We had a couple turned in last week, and one of them was a little off on the syllables and stuff like that. And I got to admit, I wrote mine just like 10 minutes ago, and I had a little bit of trouble. And I feel, it's really tough to, you can't really paint your first experience of getting high in 3 lines and
or can you?
Less than 20 syllables.
That's the zen of the haiku, is to find the essence.
That's true. Are you going to be working on one?
Yeah, I'll come up with a haiku.
Excellent. I'm sure Russ has got a good one coming up. I figure I might as well just read mine, so I can join the club here. And if you guys have any submissions for your haiku about the first time you ever experienced being high, please send your submission to Kaliko. That's Kaliko at IrieIslandHour.com. That's the only way we're going to take submissions because I just don't want to split it up between Twitters, and I don't want to have to track that stuff down. I know it sounds repetitive and stupid, whatever, but this is for uniformity of submissions. Please submit your haiku to Kaliko at IrieIslandHour.com, and we appreciate all of you guys who are entering the contest to win Mike's The Laid Back Lumberjacks oil Sherlock piece. And are they going to get the torch as well?
Oh, no. I like to creme brulee a little bit, so...
Okay. All right. He's a pretty high-class Portland dude. So,
I don't creme brulee.
So it is just the oil piece, which is fine. That's a good deal right there.
I'll throw in the dabber as well. Actually, it's just a little. It's the Ganja John dabber, the little multi-tool kind of thing.
Okay, yeah,
it's like $7 at your local head shop.
Yeah, there you go. Well, that's awesome. Anything that people can get for free is going to be awesome. So.
All right, I have a haiku
already.
Wow. Yeah, well, I'm a writer, man. This is
I know. Okay,
that's what I do, man.
Let's hear it.
Okay, so you remember my basic story of getting high the first time.
Right.
Was with the band I was in McCall, Idaho, and I was always shocked, oh wow, it's drugs, and it was a big deal. So here's the haiku of that moment. It was the first time getting high, right?
Right.
Okay, so here's the haiku of that moment. Guitar player chokes, smacks head on radiator. Funny. What the hell?
Beautiful. I love it.
I like it.
Here we go. That's
all right.
my haiku.
So might not make sense, but I'm gonna go.
Okay.
Here we go. Tried after high school. The propaganda fooled me. First brick in the wall.
Ooh.
Very good. Oh, that's very good.
Always a Pink Floyd reference.
That's very
good
nice.
Too.
I definitely came of age as far as my marijuana use is concerned during my age of falling in love with Pink Floyd.
Sure.
So
synonymous.
It is synonymous. I like to say that I fell in love with Pink Floyd because of marijuana, and I fell in love with marijuana because of Pink Floyd.
There we go.
It was just a symbiotic relationship, and it all happened at the right time. So big ups to that. So that's my haiku. If you have your version of your haiku the very first time you experienced being high, please submit it to Kaliko at IrieIslandHour.com. And, just for fun, why don't you follow us on Twitter at Irie Island Hour, and of course we're on Facebook as well, Irie Island Hour. Share with all your friends. We're trying to build it a little bit here. We do have an IrieIslandHour.com that will be coming soon enough, but we've just got this network off the ground within the last couple weeks. We just traveled down to the San Francisco Bay Area for the High Times Medical Cannabis Cup, and we've been running headlong. We've got awesome things, all kinds of new equipment.
Speaking of headlong and new equipment, check this out, folks. If you go to our ncr420.com page and you're on your mobile phone, your iPhone, any of those devices, it'll take you right here to our live stream mobile player, and you just click play on that old thing right there. You just click play, and there you go. You're going to be connecting and streaming live, watching whatever's on National Cannabis Radio.
Whoa, that's kind of crazy.
And you're going to end up in this endless loop here soon. Endless time loop of different... Oh, no. We're trapped in an...
No, don't do another one.
No, it's an infinity loop.
This is starting to trip me out a little bit, man. Well, that's great to hear that we do have a mobile app, and it's easy for you guys to go to. So be sure to check us out on, is it the Livestream Procaster?
All you got to do is just go to ncr420.com. If you're going there from your mobile phone,
it'll automatically
figure it out.
Wow.
What an age we live in.
Technology.
What an age.
What an age. That's right. So... It's just after 20 after the hour, so we passed our 420 somewhere in the world break, but that's okay because
Midway Islands.
The Midway Islands.
I think. I'm going to check.
Yeah, I appreciate that. That's our crack research team over here on the Irie Island Hour is going to check out what time for the 420 break we got. And the next little segment that I got here, as far as music is concerned, is really like my ode to Hawaii. It's me playing the local Hawaii reggae bands, kind of the roots reggae bands that I dig, that don't get much even radio play on the islands, but definitely don't get any radio play here. It's just the stuff that I'm lucky enough to come across by listening to other bands and listening to what they listen to. So but this first person that I'm going to be playing is actually, it's a premiere. It's the first time that this single has been released by this artist, Jay Gritty, and it's actually my cousin, pretty much my cousin Jeremiah, who I met down on Oahu when I went there a couple years ago. He's my cousin by marriage, but he is my cousin, and this is Jeremiah. This is Jay Gritty, and it's his new song that I think might actually make some waves in Hawaii, because it's an awesome track. And people who first put out their first music, you don't think that it's going to be very high quality production and stuff like that, but in Hawaii there's so much music and there's so much talent and there's so many people who have access to studios that you get high quality music from small bands. You don't really need a lot of money to be able to put into it to produce really quality music. So I'm really proud of Jeremiah and the work he's done here, and this is his song Down for Love under his name Jay Gritty. I hope you guys enjoy it on the Irie Island Hour. This is Jay Gritty with Down for Love.
Hey, hey. Nice and slow is all I wanna go with you. I'm ready, girl, I'm calling out your love. Rock the boat. You already know what to do. It's coming, girl, don't shy away from love. Cause it's another situation and you know I'm in position for love. Ain't no need for explanation, girl, you know I'm on a mission for love. Love, love, love. I'm down for love, love, love. I can feel it deep down low, baby, your body's so toned, make a ooze wanna rock and roll. Take my key for your ignition. Your spark is what my life's really missing. So girl, just let me know if I could get a little bit of your love. I'll take it nice and slow. I'm down to work for every piece of your love. Love, love, love. I'm down for love, love, love. You can break it down too, break it down too, break it down too.
Oh yeah, ride or die, I'm part of them. Other girls, no heart for them. Do you really think I'm lying, baby? I put that all on my mama then. Promise ya, I got you, huh? Down for love, no one and done. Telling me that you come with baggage, well okay, let me carry some. Keep you laced up like some new shoes. Flossed out and not talking down. Chest game, waiting for you move. Take care of your heart, promise to be gentle. I got your love if you with it, baby. No rushing ya. Kind of Mississippi, just peace, love. Enjoy, girl, so let me know. Are you coming with me? Are you coming with me?
So let's go to a place where we can love under the moon. Stars are shining down upon our love. Don't let go. I'll promise you that I will do whatever, girl, to never lose your love. There's no way that I'm leaving. Your heart is what I'm feeling. It's what I need in my world. I'm living for this reason. For your love. I'll tell you again.
the way you smile, and I like your style, and all of the things you do. I just got one thing to say to you, yes. That's some kind of love that you got there, that you got there. That's some kind of love that you got. That's some kind of love that you got there, that you got there. That's some kind of love that you got. That's some kind of love.
All right, that was Irie Souls with Wanting More, and right before that we had heard Jay Gritty with his song that he just released called Down for Love, and that was enjoyable. I enjoyed it. So it was awesome to hear his first song there, Down for Love. He's got a lot of support out there in Hawaii, and I look forward to that song making some waves. And Irie Souls, of course, following up with Wanting More. I love Irie Souls because they're another little reggae band from Hawaii that doesn't get much play, but are awesome, and all of the roots reggae lovers on the islands definitely know who they are. So, big ups to Irie Souls, and we've got another song coming up here in just a moment from another Hawaiian band called Pirates of Liloa. And Liloa was actually, I'm going to give you a little Hawaiian history here. Liloa was actually a Hawaiian chief on the Big Islands in the 1400s, and he was basically, it was through his bloodline that the Hawaiian kingdom was united. Basically, the Big Island was united under Liloa and Umia Liloa, his son, in the 1400s. And then that kingdom, you know, basically the Big Island, that kingdom became where the Kamehamehas came from. Kamehameha the First, of course, united the islands in the early 1800s. And, you know, that's how it all came about. It all stemmed from Liloa. So Pirates of Liloa is giving a shout out to that old 1400s chief on the Big Island of Hawaii. So just so you guys have a little Hawaiian trivia. And, you know, we also decided when we were putting up these videos on YouTube that we're going to start numbering them in both English and Hawaiian. So you guys will start to learn how to count in Hawaiian if you check out our YouTube page at youtube.com/Irie Island Hour. And, you know, so just so we can put a little bit of culture into this show, of course, if you guys are looking at the visual on the video right now, you can see the Hawaiian flag behind me. You might think, hey, that looks an awful lot like the British flag. You're right. It looks a little bit like that. You can see the Union Jack.
Yep.
And actually, there's a lot of talk that it basically, you know, it was influenced both by the American and the British flags at the time, because Hawaii was originally recognized as a sovereign nation and as a part of the family of nations as an independent state in 1843 by a joint proclamation between Britain and France. So, dating back to 1843, Hawaii was a kingdom, leading up till 1893, when some stuff went down. You guys check it out. Google it. HawaiianKingdom.org. Look it up. I'm not going to spend too much time on it tonight, but you know that's what the Hawaiian flag is all about. Because basically, you know, the Hawaiians were all about becoming statesmen, and they looked a lot. They were very educated. They're actually one of the most literate populations in their time.
Well, you showed me that petition that they signed when they did get overthrown.
Yeah,
and I mean their penmanship is better than any penmanship I've ever seen. You know, that was 1890s.
Well, yeah, I mean, and a lot of that you can't attribute to the Christian missionaries that came over in the 1820s, because I mean they basically forced, you know, the Hawaiian language to be written down and codified and stuff like that. So I mean it did in the long run make them one of the more literate populations, even more literate than some European populations at the time. So pretty crazy stuff. Anyways, we got a little sidetracked. This is the Irie Island Hour here on National Cannabis Radio. We're here every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Pacific, of course, at ncr420.com or nationalcannabisradio.com. I'm hanging out with Radical Russ and Mike the Laid Back Lumberjack in Roller J Studios. And we're getting Irie, and we have about 25 minutes left in the first hour of the Irie Island Hour. We're here from every Wednesday night from 8 to 10 p.m. Pacific. It's now a 2-hour show, so we have that much reggae music lined up for you. And I'm just going to get to the next song. Of course, we talked a little bit about Liloa, the chief of the Big Island from the 1400s, and the next song that we're going to play is from Pirates of Liloa, and it's called Country Grown. And I would imagine that it's probably about some sun and country grown pot. I mean, listen to the lyrics.
That's how we're going to interpret it right now.
I'm going to interpret it that way, and then when you play it, you figure it out for yourself. So, you know, we're going to go ahead and play a song from Pirates of Liloa. This is their song called Country Grown. Hope you guys enjoy it.
Yeah, you know we gonna come for
correct. In my sleep at night, paradise, what I see, yeah. See what I see. Dreams of love, dreams of happiness, and oh, it cures my loneliness, my friend, yeah. Oh, it cures my loneliness. Ain't talking about no mixing, no brown Colombo, no. I'm talking about that sweetness, yeah. Love, love, love. Call it the country road. Oh, I burn that country road all night. Don't you know that we burn that country road? Burn the country road. Aloha shirt, 'cause we're in a time. Know we love that island life, my friend, yeah. Hawaiian melon, luau grind, a green bottle match my red eyes, my friend, yeah. Oh, 'cause I like something. Ain't talking about no mixing, no brown Colombo, no. I'm talking about that sweetness, yeah. Burn that country road. Oh, I burn that country road. Burn that country road. Burn the country road. Ain't talking about no mixing, no brown Colombo, no. I'm talking about that sweetness, yeah. They call it the country road. Oh, I burn that country road. Burn that country road. Burn the country road. Oh, we burn the
What was that? Burn the Country Grown? What does that
Burn
mean?
the country grown.
Okay, well, that was Country Grown with by Pirates of Liloa here on the Irie Island Hour. I'm your host, Wiz Kaliko, hanging out in Roller J Studios with Radical Russ
Howdy, everybody.
and Mike the Laid Back Lumberjack.
Howdy, everybody, again.
What's up? We got two. Well, I guess we are just getting country here. We're
Howdy.
all saying howdy.
Yeehaw.
Just listened to Country Grown by, Pirates of Liloa, and we're chilling. And actually, I have a couple country songs lined up for later tonight. One here in the end of this hour, as well as in the second hour. The thing is about Irie Island Hours, we're trying to really broaden our horizons. And in the second hour, we're really doing a lot of reggae remixes and reggae covers. Reggae covers of pop songs, reggae covers of country songs, reggae covers of soul songs, whatever we can find that's a good reggae cover, good reggae remix. We're going to be playing it a lot in the second hour, but we'll tease it always here in the first hour. We'll play a song or two in that kind of vein, just to get you guys to stick around for the second hour, and for people who are watching just this 1 hour play on National Cannabis Radio throughout the week. If you guys aren't checking the second hour, be sure to get here every Wednesday night from 9 to 10 p.m. Pacific, which is our second hour on the Irie Island Hour. And you will hear all this reggae remixes and reggae covers. So,
By the way, we figured out that the last 420 was in Tonga and Samoa, and the upcoming 420, of course PM in this case,
Right.
would be in New Zealand.
excellent. See, that's perfect.
It's perfect for Irie Island.
Irie Island Hour is always going to have a 420 break somewhere in the Pacific. It's perfect. So Samoa and Tonga in the first hour.
Tuvalu in the second hour.
And Tuvalu in the second hour, as well as New Zealand. So maybe we'll probably get some Catch a Fire lined up for later on in the show to celebrate the 420 break. Of course, if you listen to the Irie Island Hour every week at the very beginning and you hear that intro and the awesome animation done by Big Daddy Fink, the song there is called Irie, and it's actually done by Catch a Fire, one of the favorite bands here on the Irie Island Hour, as well as the National Cannabis Radio. And so we want to give them the proper shout-outs. They're going to actually be here in town next week, July 6th, Friday night at the Hawthorne Theater, I believe. So we may be checking out Catch a Fire next week. I kind of got to get my stuff together. Better get on that. So we'll see how that goes. But here in this segment at the 40 After, we're always going to try to send it over to our good friend Mike the Laidback Lumberjack, who when we first started the Irie Island Hour on another network more than a year ago now.
Wow.
We started the Toker Etiquette. And basically, it's the idea of the things that we as a marijuana community need to be mindful of is the way people see us. So at first it started basically when you're smoking bowls with your friends. Simple things that you should do to not screw up the vibes, basically, or like piss somebody off. For me, I have a pet peeve. It's not lighting the bowl when it does need to be lit. If it's lit, just puff on it, and then the fire's going to keep burning. That's one thing. Some people, it's packing a bowl a certain way. For some people, it's making sure you clear the entire hit out of a bong and not pass along your leftovers. But then we started expanding it more into like just I guess what we would call social norms within the marijuana community.
Well, there are only so many pet peeves you can have about smoking, so then
I don't know. I'm a pretty angry guy. Anyways, no, but so basically we were talking about things like, I don't know, leaving your dealer's house and saying, hey, thanks. That's not really cool. Texting about needing a bag or needing, hey, man, can I get a half ounce tonight? That's probably not very cool. So basically we were doing things that is just basically do's and don'ts of being a stoner. We call it Toker Etiquette. So if you're on Twitter, hashtag Toker Etiquette. And this is another lesson we give on the Irie Island Hour, how to spell etiquette. And it's ETIQUETTE. Etiquette. Toker Etiquette. Hashtag Toker Etiquette on Twitter. Send in your suggestions. Actually, Mike was able to scour Twitter today and found some, but they weren't people who were listening to the Irie Island Hour. I like to think that they were, but they did hashtag Toker Etiquette, and I guess had some suggestions?
Yeah, I'll have to retweet them for sure. I can't find, after a week and a half, the hashtag.
Oh, you wrote them down a couple days ago.
Yeah, I wrote them down. I'll have to retweet them and find them out, but right. I do have them with me, so.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's start it off, man. What are we starting this week's Toker Etiquette off with?
Well, this one personally came up when I was in Monmouth at a house cooling party, and my buddy Sean.
So this is like a going away party almost?
Yes.
A house cooling party?
Exactly. Yes.
That's interesting. All right.
And my buddy Sean came over, and he's a toker gentleman. That's how I like to refer to him. This just came to me when I was smoking.
That just came to me.
But so he came over, and no one had any weed and everything. He brought some weed over. He loads a big bowl for everybody, and he sees that my friend's bowl was cash, like he hit ass, and he reloaded it for him. And not all the time we have this plethora of weed, but he was a nice guy and reloaded it for him and got him a fresh hit, at least. So what do you think about that?
I'm sorry, one more time?
Well, no, just loading a fresh bowl when someone hits a cashed bowl.
Oh, yeah, that seems nice. I guess that's just courteous. Yeah, so basically, if it's coming down and the person next to you is like gonna just get a really bad hit or nothing at all, just load it. Give them a little something.
And take that bad taste out of their mouth with some fresh weed.
Yeah. Oh God, there's nothing worse than sucking in the end of a bowl, which I guess is another Toker Etiquette in all in itself. If you're getting towards the end of a bowl, you should really warn the person next to you, hey, that's getting pretty close.
I don't know if I would hit that.
I always say, there might be one left in there.
Yeah, exactly. I say that too. There might be one left in there. It depends how desperate or how hardcore you really are with your marijuana smoking. But yeah, you should always warn the person next to you if the bowl's getting a little low on bowlage.
Another one I had, I just thought of as well, was cleaning out a bubbler. Always have a bobby pin or a matchstick around, if you have a bubbler.
Oh, just like to clear just in case it gets clogged up while you're smoking.
Yes, because that's
like a little
worst.
poker or something.
That's the worst when you get a really packed bowl in there, and there's no way to get it out.
Right, and some people just will keep lighting it and essentially just torching it and not getting really any smoke off of it. So yeah, it is handy to have like a toothpick or something around to poke little holes in your bowl if it gets clogged. So and that brings me to another point we brought up before, is just loading bowls. You got to be able to not pack them so tight that you can't suck air through it. there needs to be some kind of airflow. That's how the fire starts.
You're not trying to plug the hole.
Yeah.
Thank you. You're not trying to plug the hole. Exactly. Is there any other ones?
Yeah, I'll just do one more. I got this from it was WTFPAE. She just happened to be, hashtagging Toker Etiquette. And I will retweet her for her. But just because we are stoned does not mean we are stupid. It's hashtag Toker Etiquette. And, that's I think that's a very good point. We got to portray to people.
Well, definitely, and I think that for me, it is all about how you carry yourself. You know what I mean? And I'm not claiming to be the most well-kept person in the world, the prettiest person in the world.
No one's got all their shit together,
right? And and I'm not a saint, but I try to at least portray myself as somebody who has his shit together and is not your typical stoner with long hair and looks really just
burnt out,
shabby. I don't know. Yeah, burnt out. There you go. That's a perfect word. Burnt out. Have a little pep in your step. You know what I mean? Kind of carry yourself as if you're not stoned. The thing is if you can smoke weed and be a normal person and nobody can tell that you're high, then that's the perfect stoner. To me, and in my opinion, and especially if we're trying to legalize marijuana, then we need to be able to, we don't want the sore thumbs being the only portrayal of marijuana smokers. You know what I want?
I think you were talking about it the other day, but how many people that are against weed have met a lot of really nice people who are stoners and never realized
never knew it because those people don't mention it because they can't mention it. Exactly. The only people that people see, the only ones that people see are the ones that have nothing to lose and are out and proud and I guess they're the tip of the iceberg, as it were. There are plenty of people that you don't see that are regular average Joes that are, do have their stuff together. And that's what it's all about. I think part of what we're doing on Toker Etiquette isn't to tell you how to live your life, but it is to say, hey, be mindful of how you're being perceived and be mindful that it's illegal and that some of us are trying to get it legal.
Speaking of that and how we're perceived, we have a chatter in the chat room, Royal Subject, who asks, aren't we more than stoners? Why do we need such a label of conformity? Stop using it.
Well, for me, I guess this is a philosophical argument for me because I don't care about labels. You can call me whatever you want. You can call me a stoner, a pothead, a loser, a dropout, a druggie. I don't care because I know that I have my stuff together and my actions speak louder than my words. So I don't know. People are going to call us stoners, and people are going to call us these things, whether we like it or not. I'm not necessarily being the one that's saying we are that. I'm saying that's how we are perceived, and if we want to break out of that mold, if we want to be more than stoners, we have to prove that we're more than stoners. We can't be lumped into these small groups and say, well, that is the marijuana community. They're a bunch of just stoners who are laughable.
I feel like when people know you smoke weed or know you're high, they kind of start looking for every slip up you might make. I mean, that might just be paranoia, but you know what I mean. They kind of judge you in a whole new light. Is this guy stoned? Is he slow? And it's a stereotype we have to work against for sure.
For sure. And, we're running out of time here. We only got about 10 minutes left, and, we took care of Toker Etiquette, and I appreciate that, Mike. Thank you very much. So if you guys have your suggestions for Toker Etiquette, hashtag on Twitter, Toker Etiquette, ETIQUETTE, and we'll take all of your suggestions, and we'll be sure to read them next week and give you your shout-outs. And also, if you guys ever want to request a song on the Irie Island Hour, we do requests, but we don't do them in the chat room, and we don't do them via email. I remember how we did our haiku submissions are all via email. Well, all of our requests for songs are through Twitter. And the next song that we're going to play was a Twitter request a couple weeks ago by Anthony Johnson, of course, the executive director of National Cannabis Coalition, good friend of the show, good friend of mine, had requested that we play Bob Marley's Who the Cap Fit. And I'd been wanting to do this, was going to play it last week, but hadn't had a chance to let him know I was going to play it, so I didn't want to just play it and then him not know about it. So I tweeted it out. He should know about it. Hopefully you're listening, Anthony. And the next song we're going to play is Bob Marley's Who the Cap Fit. I don't know where the hell that came from. But I hope you guys enjoy this. This is off of his album Rastaman Vibration. And, it's super enjoyable. And Who the Cap Fit, they must wear it. So this is Bob Marley with Who the Cap Fit.
got the refugee camp conspiracy theory. Why? Yeah. Why? You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you. You be like heaven to touch. I wanna hold you so much. At long last, love has arrived, and I thank God I'm alive. You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you. Caught in the way that I stare. There's nothing else to compare. The sight of you leaves me weak. There are no words left to speak. But if you feel like I feel, please let me know that it's real. You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you. Take my eyes off of you. You'd be like heaven to touch. I wanna hold you so much. At long last, love has arrived, and I thank God I'm alive. You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you.
That was Lauryn Hill with Can't Take My Eyes Off You, of course, off of her album, The Miseducation of Miss Lauryn Hill. And before that, we played Bob Marley's Who the Cap Fit for our boy Anthony Johnson, of course, the executive director of National Cannabis Coalition. Shout out to him. Of course, he traveled down with us to the High Times Cup and had a great time hanging out with him and shooting the breeze and, you know, chatting a little politics because he's quite the political animal, as I consider myself one. So it's a great time hanging out, and I'm glad that he is down with the reggae as much as I am, or at least Bob Marley. So big ups. That was Who the Cap Fit. And then Miss Lauryn Hill. And like I said, we're like kind of expanding the definition of Irie here. Like I said last week, it's Irie-ish. It's not Irish. It's Irie-ish. But, you know, I think that song is very Irie. I think that, you know, when you're in love, the way that song was written about being in love, that it is a very Irie feeling. It is a great, pleasurable feeling, and that's what it's all about here. So if it's all about positive vibrations and good times, we'll play it here on the Irie Island Hour. So that was Miss Lauryn Hill, and we're running out of time here on the Irie Island Hour, so I want to say thank you to everybody for tuning in, and of course, if you guys want to hang around for the second hour, we're going to be going into that, playing some reggae remixes and reggae covers, and once again, appreciate you guys joining us here on the Irie Island Hour every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Pacific at ncr420.com. We're going to go ahead and go out with a song here by the Commodores. This is a reggae cover of, I guess a reggae remix of the Commodores' Sail On that I thought Russ would enjoy.
Yeah.
So I figured that we should end it here on the Irie Island Hour with the Commodores' remixed version of Sail On. But until next time, my name is Wiz Khalico for Mike the Laid Back Lumberjack and Radical Russ. Appreciate you guys joining us and hope you guys all take care. Love you all. Talk to you soon. Aloha.
Sail on down the line like a half a mile or so. Don't really wanna know where you're going. Maybe once or twice you see it. Time after time to try to hold on to what you got, but now you're going. And I don't mind about the things you're gonna say, Lord. I gave all my money and my time. I know it's a shame, but I'm giving you back your name. Yes, I'll be on my way. I won't be back to stay. I guess I'll move along. I'm looking for a good time. Sail on down the line. Funny how the time can go. Men say they told me so, but it doesn't matter. It was plain to see that a small town boy like me just wasn't your cup of tea. I was wishful thinking. I gave you my heart and I tried to make you happy, and you gave me nothing in return. You know it ain't so hard to say, would you please just go away? I've thrown away the blues. I'm tired of being used. I want everyone to know I'm looking for a good time. Good time. Oh, sail on, honey. Good times never felt so good. Sail on, honey. Good times never felt so good. Sail on, sugar. Good times never felt so good.
All right, welcome back to the second hour of the Irie Island Hour. So I guess it's Irie Island Hours?
It's like happy hour. It lasts as long as you want it to.
Exactly. And we are certainly getting Irie here on the Irie Island Hour. And that was the Commodores with Sail On, the reggae remix version. Of course, that was done by JR Blender reggae remix. Basically, most of the reggae remixes that I will play will be done by, had been done by JR Blender.
Wow, past perfect, imperfect. What was that?
Yeah, I have no idea. Anyways, check out jrblender.com, and you guys can check out all of his awesome reggae remixes. And, I just want to give him his proper shout-outs, because actually I'm going to read from the bottom of his webpage. I found this very intriguing, and this is why I decided that I was going to play his versions on my show, is because it says, yeah, all these remixes are illegal bootlegs, but I released them under the fair use policy, only to show you guys how awesome those songs could have been in the first place. And I don't make any money off them. I also live in Russia, and this website and all download links are hosted on Chinese servers. So don't even bother trying to sue me. Total waste of time. So that's my boy. Check him out, jrblender.com. We're going to be playing all of his reggae remixes because you can't touch them. He's living in Russia and his servers are in China, people. So,
There you go.
appreciate that.
Of course, we're not.
We're not.
Well, we'll see how that goes.
But I mean, this is like I said. I originally heard these reggae remix versions being played on Island 98.5 in Honolulu.
Oh yeah, and we're playing ASCAP, so
Right.
it's
So
no problem.
I figured. I mean, we're covered by licenses, and those regular radio stations are playing them on terrestrial, that
Yep.
old 19th century technology. So I figured, here in the future we could play it too. So
Hey, don't be dissing radio, man. When the zombie apocalypse comes, those hand crank radios will be invaluable.
I'm a big fan of radio, and I understand that I am a fan of dinosaurs, I guess. But what else? So here in the second hour of the Irie Island Hour, I guess we should reset. I'm your host, Wiz Kaliko, hanging out with Radical Russ and the Mike the Laid Back Lumberjack in Roller J Studios. Brad Simon from Lewis and Clark Law, SSTP, is going to be joining us here in just a little bit.
Sweet.
But the second hour is really on the Irie Island Hour is really just a bunch of reggae remixes and reggae covers. Stuff that you're not going to really hear on the radio because, well, like I just read to you, it's kind of like bootlegged. In certain places you're going to hear it if you're in the islands, but not here in Portland, Oregon. So that's why we started the Irie Island Hour, because there aren't many reggae stations on the West Coast, and we want there to be some. So we're here to spread the Irie vibes so that everybody can, decide that maybe this stuff should play on our regular radios also. And we don't have to just go on our computers to listen to it. So, anyways, the next song that I'm going to play is also a reggae cover. It's a reggae cover by a man named Taurus Riley, who I've played a few times here on the Irie Island Hour. He's awesome. And this is his version of Michael Jackson's Human Nature. Which, I figured we've been playing some of the Easy Star All-Stars Michael Jackson stuff. I figure I should play some of Taurus Riley's Human Nature. So, I hope you guys enjoy it. We're going to take it pretty easy here on the second hour of the Irie Island Hour. And maybe listen to a few old songs with a new reggae twist. This is Taurus Riley with Human Nature.
Looking out across the nighttime, the city winks a sleepless eye. Hear her voice shake my window, sweet seducing sighs. Get me out into the nighttime, for walls won't hold me tonight. And if this town is just an apple, will you take a bite? And if they say why, tell them that it's human nature. Why? Hey, does it do me that way? Oh, I tell you why? Tell them that it's human nature. Why? Hey, does it do me that way? Reaching out to a stranger, electric eyes are everywhere, and I see that girl. She knows I'm watching. She likes the way I stare. And if they say why, just tell them that it's human nature. Why does it do me that way? If they say why, tell them that it's human nature. Why, you know if you do me that way. I love living this way. I love living this way. Looking out across the morning, the city heart begins to beat. Reaching out, I touch your shoulder, dreaming of the street. And if they say why, tell them that it's human nature. Why? Hey, does it do me that way? Oh, why? Tell them that it's human nature. Why? Hey, does it do me this way? Why? Tell them that it's does it do me that way? They say why? Tell them that it's human nature. Why? Ain't nothing do me that way. No. Why? Tell them that it's human nature. Why? Do me that way. I love living this way.
That's Taurus Riley with his versions of Human Nature, of course, originally done by Michael Jackson. And we just recently passed the anniversary of Michael Jackson's death on June 25th. So just 2 days ago was the, 3-year anniversary of Michael Jackson's death. Pretty crazy.
3 years, wow, that's pretty...
I'm going to look that up, but I'm pretty sure 3 years. 2009, I believe. Yep, sure enough, 2009. It's been 3 years since Michael Jackson has passed. And, like we were talking about a little bit earlier, Easy Star All-Stars is planning on releasing the Thriller, their version of Thriller, in just a couple months, just a day before the anniversary of that album. So we're looking forward to that, of course, from Easy Star Records, EasyStar.com. Check them out. And, welcome back to the Irie Island Hour. I'm your host, Wiz Kaliko, hanging out at Roller J Studios with the one and only Radical Russ.
Howdy.
And, of course, Mike the Laid Back Lumberjack.
Hello.
And, like I said, we were just recently back from the High Times Medical Cannabis Cup, and we had a blast out there. It was just gorgeous weather out on the Bay Area. The place where they held it was at the Craneway Pavilion in Point Richmond. It was an old Ford factory which was retooled to build tanks and bomber parts during World War II. So it was awesome. They had a Rosie the Riveter visitor center there. And, it was just really cool, really historical. Obviously, a lot of patriotism there. And I thought we were doing the very patriotic thing of enjoying our freedoms. So it was great.
Whenever I go to Hempfest or some big stoner event, I see mostly Americans there, I believe. But, yeah, so...
Okay. Yep. Fair enough.
Sorry.
Mostly American is.
That's all I got.
That's all you got. Fair enough. So hey, here on the Irie Island Hour, second hour, we're playing a lot of covers and a lot of reggae remixes. That's not all we're gonna play. We got some other stuff that we want to play by some artists that we love here on the Irie Island Hour. And one of the artists that we love here on the Irie Island Hour that I love personally, that goes back to what made me really love reggae, beginning as a child, was UB40. They're an old UK band. So I'm going to send this one out to our boy Royal Subject, who's hanging out in the chat room and is apparently from the UK, the Midlands. So big ups to him. Thanks for hanging out. And we're going to go ahead and play a song by UB40. And just a little factoid here. Do you know what UB40 stands for?
I do, but I won't say.
Oh, fair enough. I appreciate that, Russ. Thank you for playing along.
I don't have any clue.
UB40, basically, it's the paper that you have to fill out for unemployment benefits in the UK. It's the unemployment benefits Form 40. So that's what it was all about. So, reggae has its roots in the war on poverty, or, the struggle, really. So that's what this is all about, the UB40. We're going to go ahead and play their song 1 in 10, which is, about some of the... statistical inequities in our systems around the world. So this is UB40 with 1 in 10. Hope you guys enjoy it.
Number 1 in 10. third world mother, refugee without a home. My housewife and valley, my pensioner alone. My cancer-ridden specter that's covering me, yeah. I'm another hungry baby, an accidental bird. I am the one in 10, a number on a list. I am the one in 10, even though I don't exist. Nobody knows me, but I'm always there. A statistic, a reminder of a world that doesn't care.
Irie Island Hour. That is Slightly Stupid with Babylon Is Fallen. And Babylon certainly is falling. We are going to get it to fall this November, of course, when we vote to legalize marijuana. Of course, Washington State as well as Colorado have already have it on the ballot. And we'll be voting on it in November. And you don't have headphones? Is that what your thing is? You can hear me talking, though, right?
On the side.
There are little volume things on the side, maybe, possibly. So anyways, like I was saying, we're going to be looking to legalize marijuana in November, and actually here in the state of Oregon, we are running out of time. July 6th is the deadline to turn in all of the necessary signatures to qualify the Oregon Cannabis Tax Act, as well as I-24, the End Prohibition Again campaign, for the November ballot. OCTA is currently about 30,000 signatures away. I-24 is about 50,000 signatures away. Of course, like I said, they have many more signatures on hand, but are still in need of your help. If you guys are in the state of Oregon, please get out to our big empowerment rally that we're having tomorrow at the last Thursday event at the Alberta Street Fair. And we're going to be having a big group of Oregon SSDPers there, as well as actors from all around the state coming to join us to gather signatures and really hit the road hard in the next week trying to legalize marijuana before the July 6th deadline. So we got a big thing planned for that, of course, and we're joined in studio by a good friend of mine who is just recently back from New York. He, of course, is the head of the Lewis and Clark Law School chapter of Students for a Sensible Drug Policy. He is also the intern for John Lucy, of course, from the Normal Legal Committee at law420.com. Check him out if you need any legal advice, especially if you're here in the state of Oregon. Of course, I'm talking about none other than Bradley Simon. What's up, bro?
Yo, what it is, Kaliko?
Aloha, my man. Welcome back.
Thanks, man. Mahalo. Appreciate being here.
No problem, dude. So, tell us, you went away. You went to New York. What were you doing there?
I was part of a delegation of Students for Sensible Drug Policy. We were with the Vienna NGO committee, and it was the UNODC's thematic debate about drug control policy. And it was really cool. The president of the UN was there, the secretary general, the undersecretary, and all these member states, except conspicuously absent was the country of Uruguay, who was not represented there. Yeah.
And I mean, they've been recently in the news, of course, because they're talking about setting up some kind of legalization system there, right?
Yes, that's true. They're talking about legalizing. They'd be the first country in history since Prohibition to get some legalization going on. Perhaps except for America this November. Maybe we'll beat them to the punch.
I sure hope so. Of course, we do have a chance in Colorado and Washington State between Amendment 64 and I-502. And Bradley, you've been intricately involved, at least pretty involved, in trying to get ready for this big push for signatures to qualify for the ballot in the state of Oregon. So, you're going to be there tomorrow at our event?
Hell yeah.
We're gonna be taking over the streets down there in Northeast Portland at the Alberta Street Fair, of course, known as last Thursday around these parts. And we're looking forward to that. And hopefully we'll make it. It's definitely looking like Octa's got quite a few, and I-24 is still steaming ahead, trying to do the best they can. Of course, both suffering from low validity rates after their first turn-in to the Secretary of State's office. So yeah, both definitely in need of all of the help they can get here in the next week and a half.
Absolutely. And I'm pretty optimistic. I think that Octa is going to make it. I really think that Octa is going to be on the ballot. I-24 it's really a long shot at this point, but I'm down for giving it our all and for going out and petitioning. I didn't realize how important it was for us as volunteers to try to be gathering signatures. I thought that they had, it was all about the paid signature drive and that they didn't really need SSDP's help, at least beyond outreach or vocalizing, how important it was. But, with these really, really low validity rates, it's going to be important for us to come out and to churn out some volunteers and for all of us to be gathering signatures. Like, I haven't even gathered a single signature yet for I-24, so I'm going to do what I can to make up for that starting tomorrow and then continuing on until the July 6th deadline, man. We got to make this push. We got to be strategic. I'm trying to think of ideas of how we can get all sorts of signatures.
Right. And one of the things that we've talked about is that we're really trying to go statewide with this effort in the next week, which I know, it's like typical... I feel bad saying this. If it's typical stoner stuff, we're waiting until the last minute to get our stuff together to get this push. But basically, I guess some would argue that the pond has been overfished here in the city of Portland, and that's where most of the paid petitioners are centered. I mean, there are people all around the state. People in Eugene, south down to Medford, Roseburg. There's a lot of people everywhere.
Eastern Oregon.
But
sure.
I mean, there
There's an eastern part of Oregon?
Yes, there is.
Oh.
Nobody knows about it. They filmed Star Wars there.
No way.
No, not really.
Okay.
I got nothing to back that up.
Tunisia, actually.
Yeah, Tunisia.
So yeah, but I think that Has anyone been gathering signatures outside of like the Portland Timbers games? I feel like the sporting events would be a good opportunity, or concert events are going to be good. And when I went into the campaign headquarters recently, I went into Octa, and that place was all hustle and bustle. They had a board and a chart set up with all the different places that they were trying to hit with all their paid gatherers, and they seem pretty organized and strategic. And I think that Octa is really, really going to make it. They're like 10,000 signatures short, I think that they say. They have 150,000 now, and they want to get 160,000 to really guarantee or make sure that they're going to get on the ballot. And I think that they will, man. I think that this is Paul Stanford's year. I think that we got it. And, you know, I've said before that nobody could be the Michael Jordan of marijuana legalization. And I get that concept and that idea from this book that I read called Sacred Hoops by Phil Jackson. It's the first book that he ever wrote. And it's all about how they couldn't win a championship the first few years, even though MJ was this awesome player, because everyone would just kind of sit and watch him. It was only when they learned to play as a team that they started getting it together. And I think that Paul Stanford is like a really tremendous, terrific activist. You know, it was using his resources on the internet that kind of educated me about medical marijuana in the first place out when I was in the Midwest, and kind of even influenced me in coming out to Portland. And it's very impressive to meet the guy, and he's a great activist. And I think that what I'm most thrilled about and what I'm most optimistic about is the fact that he's been really reaching out to like the I-24 guys or other people in the community, and he really has been bridging the gap, and he has been trying to, you know, be a unifier. I mean, we don't know where it's going to come from, but I do think this unity is starting to materialize, and it's very important that we get that going on.
It is sad that it waited till the last week, but there is certainly some unity coming together here in the community to try to get something on the ballot so that we can join Colorado and Washington State in voting for legalization in November.
Boy, would it be nice,
man.
Yeah,
and we definitely do got to give a shout out to Paul Stanford and all of the crew at Oregon Cannabis Tax Act. I mean, as well as people at I-24, but especially Octa, because, I mean, we all know it here. I mean, Paul has been having a rough time. I mean, he's had fines levied against him by the IRS. He's had headlines, all kinds of headlines where, you know, his name has been dragged in the mud. And he stuck through thick and thin and kept going because he definitely is pushing for a cause that he believes in, and that is liberating the marijuana, the cannabis plant, cannabis hemp.
Cannabis hemp.
Cannabis hemp, exactly.
That's right, man. And, you know, the thing is about Paul Stanford is that I thought he had like this huge ego, and that's a big problem in the movement. Like, the last thing that we need is ego and competition and stuff like that. But Paul really is someone who submits himself to the cause, and he really does what he does because he believes in it. He's not doing it for himself. He's thinking about the future, and he's thinking about the world when he's gone. And he really does try to do the most that he can, do the best that he can. He's a great leader. He manages a huge team. He's doing stuff left and right every day. He does his TV show. He runs Octa. He does THCF, and he does the hemp stock stuff. He does CRRH, the campaign to restore and regulate hemp. So really, the guy is very, very active and influential and just hardworking, and he does it because he cares and he loves it, man. And he takes care of a lot of people. Definitely. You know? Yeah.
You know, so I'm gonna play this next song, and it's a reggae cover. We were talking about how we play some reggae covers here in the second hour. And so now that the Irie Island Hour is 2 hours, Bradley, you haven't been here lately in our new incarnation.
Yeah, man. But, this studio is great, by the way.
Isn't it great? It's a great setup.
Awesome.
And that cool banner behind you. Did you check that out? That
No.
was that.
Oh,
Yeah.
snap.
Isn't that great?
Was that the Cannabis Cup?
That was at the Cannabis Cup. It took up the entire space of our booth. So we were representing well down there at the High Times Cup, man.
I was just going to say that this right here is awesome. I was impressed with these. I was like, look at the new
we got new
National Cannabis
postcards.
Radio postcards, but that right there, that is
Yeah, dude, we are getting
fabulous, man.
swagged out here on National Cannabis Radio, thanks to National Cannabis Coalition, of course. So you guys got to check them out at nationalcannabiscoalition.com. And, of course, if you're listening to us, you're probably at nationalcannabisradio.com, ncr420.com, or you're on our YouTube page, and I appreciate it.
Can I just interject and say that, man, it sure is lovely and wonderful to see you guys be getting the respect and appreciation you guys deserve, and to see you guys getting taken care of. It's just awesome. It's very
appreciate that,
heartwarming.
Bradley. Thank you very much, man. And, of course, we appreciate all of our listeners who have supported us through this long struggle here in the last month and a half. But it's for better things that we're doing a great job here at National Cannabis Radio. We're off to a great start. But I was going to send this next song out to Paul Stanford. And because, you know, we were talking about how he's, you know, basically had to, you know, go all in, as it were. He's basically put all his eggs in one basket here. He's going for the gold. He's going to get Octa on the ballot in 2012. And this next song is all about, you know, knowing when to hold him and knowing when to fold him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, of course, this is The Gambler, and this is the reggae cover of The Gambler by a band called Busy Signal. Gotta know when to hold him and know when to fold him, and Paul certainly knows when to do that.
Summer's evening, On the train bound for nowhere, I met up with the gambler. We were both too tired to sleep, so we took turns of staring out the window at the darkness till boredom overtook us, and he began to speak. He said, "Son, I've made a life out of reading people's faces and knowing what their cards were by the way they held their eyes. So if you don't mind me saying, I can see your outer faces. For a taste of your whiskey, I give you some advice." So I handed him my bottle, and he drank down my last swallow. And then he bummed a cigarette and asked me for a light. And the night got deathly quiet, and his face lost all expression. He said, "If you're gonna play the game, boy, you gotta learn to play it right. You got to know when to hold it, know when to fold it, know when to walk away, know when to run. You never count your money sitting at the table. There'll be time enough for counting when the dealing's done." Every gambler knows that the secret to surviving is knowing what to throw away and knowing what to keep. 'Cause every hand's a winner and every hand's a loser, and the best that you can hope for is to die in your sleep. And when he finished speaking, he turned back toward the window, crushed out a cigarette, faded off to sleep. And somewhere in the darkness, the gambler, he broke even. But in his final words, I found an ace that I could keep. You got to know when to hold it, know when to fold it, know when to walk away, know when to run. You never count your money while sitting at the table. There'll be time enough to count when the deal is done. You got to know when to hold it, know when to fold it, know when to walk away, know when to run. You never count your money while sitting at the table. There'll be time enough for counting when the dealing's done. You got to know when to hold it, know when to fold it, know when to walk away, know when to run. You never count your money while sitting at the table. There'll be time enough for counting when the dealing's done.
It's nobody's fault but mine. nobody's fault but mine. It's nobody's fault but mine. It's nobody's fault but mine. Nobody's fault but mine.
Welcome back to the Irie Island Hour. That was Dred Zeppelin, and you know, I guess it's a cover band of Led Zeppelin with lots of dreads.
But wait, wait. That does not fully explain the experience that is Dred Zeppelin. First of all, it's an all Led Zeppelin cover band, right? Okay, so that's cool enough. Then it's an all Led Zeppelin cover band that does all the songs reggae. Okay, so you had to be high when you thought of that, right?
Right.
But the lead singer, this is the capper, the lead singer, Greg Tortel, a.k.a. Tortelvis, a big fat Elvis impersonator with the mutton chops and the big old jumpsuit. So all reggae Led Zeppelin band fronted by an Elvis impersonator. You can't beat that.
Okay, no, you're right. You cannot beat that. And I guess I had to see the video.
You got to see some video,
to fully experience the
I
Dred
saw these
Zeppelin.
guys live at the Neurolux Club in Boise. They were just a riot. They were fantastic. Great band.
They definitely sound like fun, man. That's crazy.
I thought that was Led Zeppelin.
That's funny. So, hey, Bradley, we started this thing on the Irie Island Hour where we're holding a competition to we're gonna give away the Sherlock oil piece, and we're writing haikus about the first time we ever got high. Haikus. So you should think of one over the next couple weeks and maybe send me one.
I could think of one right now.
All right.
Bag of Doritos, coughing my ass off. Oh boy. Weed is fucking sweet.
Nice, dude.
Right on the spot.
Wow, dude. Right. Okay, so I mean, we're doing this a little bit earlier.
Give that man that piece.
Mike, Mike gave us his last week, and tonight I wrote mine right before the show, and then Russ spit his out within like a couple minutes. So we had Russ and Bradley manage to get their haikus out almost literally on air. So that's pretty impressive.
Well, you know, I have to practice my impromptu pretty much all the time. You know, it's very important.
Because you're an MC.
Well, because of my rappings, that's my main game. Like, law student is like my day job.
For sure.
But I've been pursuing my rap career, so I have to be able to just spit on command and like rhyme and have, work on my flow.
Maybe you'll be profiled one day on the Irie Island Hour.
Dude, if I ever
Like right
debuted a rap, it would be on the Irie Island Hour, but I'm just kidding, and I'm just not a rapper.
What?
So Lively,
My hopes are dashed.
Lively Libra sent in her second submission for her haiku, which I like. So I'm gonna share it with everybody. It's Florida spring break, caught first buzz on some ganja, sunset was divine.
Very nice.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah, that's like a sexy one, though.
It is very sexy.
Yeah.
Well, Lively Libra is
So
well.
what do you think? Lively, I mean,
Come on now. I think Libras are just sexy in themselves because I am myself a Libra. So
You're a Libra?
I'll just put a plug in for them.
When's your
October
birthday?
8th.
October. Oh.
Yeah.
That's cool that you were born on the 8th.
Thanks, man. It's a nice round number.
I was born on the 8th, dude.
There you go.
Yeah, May 8th.
May 8th.
Yeah.
I had my prom on May 8th in my senior year. But that's neither here nor there. So,
wow.
And it's gone.
anyways, so I know that you're a fan of Pepper.
Yes.
I've played some Pepper on the Irie Island Hour when you've hung out with us before. And if I remember correctly, you like the song Too Much?
Ashes.
Ashes. Dang, man.
You don't even know me at all, man. We're not even friends.
I don't even know who you are anymore.
know.
All right, well,
You don't
screw it. I don't have
bring
Ashes lined up. I have Too Much lined up. So we're going to play Too Much by Pepper.
Right, my favorite song by Pepper.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
All right. Hope you guys enjoy it. This is Pepper with Too Much on the Irie Island Hour.
The best.
How many times will they do it? They're taking what's mine and they tell me that I blew it. What can you do? Who, me, yes, you? Where bitches get scandalous and full of voodoo. Catching my breath is the term I use when the world gives up on me. Can you love or not? The truth finds all of us eventually. I don't mind taking lives I find. They all shine in my pocket at night. You wonder why you're always alone.
welcome back to the Irie Island Hour. We got a little bit of Rihanna remix, of course, a JR Blender remix. Told you guys to check them out at jrblender.com. We're back here with Radical Russ, Mike the Laid Back Lumberjack, and Bradley Steinman. Welcome, fellas.
Howdy.
Hello.
Howdy. Does Bradley need a name?
Yeah, dude, I do kind of need a nickname.
Why?
I mean, it's just, you know, I don't
Stretch
really.
Steinman.
I always feel like
Be careful asking for a nickname. You might not like the one you end up with.
Dude. I've had some bad nicknames.
I'm gonna have to think on that. You do need a nickname. I always just call you Stein or something.
The Stun.
You know what I mean? The Stein.
The Stein.
My nickname in college was, I had a few in my frat. I was officially Brokeback Chicken.
Brokeback Chicken.
Did they ever try to give everyone a shitty name?
What is
Then,
the origin of that name? Is there anything?
No.
Just
It's
Brokeback
just,
Chicken.
you get a bad nickname. It could be the Beak, of course. But I also was John Kerry. And The Godfather was a good one. But too, you know, it was bullshit. I like The Long Walker.
The Long Walker.
Or, I mean, that's too...
All right, we're gonna have to find you a
We'll figure it
stoner
out, yeah.
nickname. But I mean, I also didn't want to sully your law school credentials
that's
with
true,
with
man.
a
I need to be
nickname.
serious. I'm gonna be a lawyer in a year.
That's
and a
why I
half.
always have you on as Bradley Simon from Lewis and Clark
Yeah,
Law,
I
SSDP,
actually really
and,
prefer the way you do it.
and intern from law420.com.
Yeah, man.
All right,
I don't need like a title or a fancy nickname, but like, you know, one day.
you're
like,
the law guy.
Not yet.
You're the weed lawyer.
The law student. The law student.
The law student.
One day I dream of being a weed lawyer.
You will be a weed lawyer.
That's
my
the
friend.
goal, man. I gotta do good in school next year.
All right, well, we'll focus on that. In fact, I got to be going back to school, and I have some papers I got to be writing here for the next month.
Part of me hopes that we don't make the ballot this year, so I don't fail.
Okay,
out of school.
stop it. Stop
I'm just
it.
kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm
Just
just
stop
kidding.
it.
I would take a semester off, I think, or I would just survive. But I'm just kidding. Knock on wood. I still want legalization to be on the ballot. I would do anything to make that happen, such as collecting signatures tomorrow at the rally for last Thursday.
That's right. If you guys are in the state of Oregon and you guys have not yet signed the Oregon Cannabis Tax Act or I-24, be sure to go to cannabistaxact.org, download the single signature sheet, print it off, sign it, send it in, and
or show up to Octa campaign headquarters and speak to the volunteer coordinator over there. They know what to do with their volunteers, so if you're thinking about it and you can't make the thing tomorrow, just go to Octa's campaign headquarters. It's on Sandy Boulevard, and they've got a whole team working over there. Or if you want to help out I-24, go over there too. But whatever you can to help during this final push. SSDP wants you, and National Cannabis Radio wants you to help us legalize weed in Oregon. We got this.
Right.
10 days or so left? Oh, no, it's like 6 now that I'm back.
yeah, basically, so the 4th is the big push next week.
Yeah. Well,
So that's 1 week away.
Because of the Blues Festival, right?
And all of the signatures need to be turned into the campaign headquarters by the 5th.
Because
Next
the 6th
Thursday.
is the last possible
Because
day.
6th is the last possible
By the 5th, like at 5 p.m.
Right.
business hours. Yeah, okay.
So we have literally about 7 days to collect signatures.
Well, then we should be getting signatures, man.
what are we
Let's do it.
doing here?
We're doing the show.
Oh, that's right.
the
All right,
Irie
we're
Island
hanging out
Hour,
on the
man.
Irie Island Hour. We're playing
Yeah.
some reggae music, talking a little bit of politics, talking about a little bit of legalization.
About weed
news
law.
here. A little bit of weed law. And, of course, our boy Bradley Simon just got back from the UNODC, which, of course, is the UN Office of Drug Control, right?
Yeah, we were actually in the ECOSOC room because the
Right.
General Assembly is under construction right now. They're not convening for a little bit or something. But it was still like the whole assembly, like the board up there, the panel that was leading it had like all these like crazy, it was just everyone from all around the world, man. It was the international community gathered around to talk about, the harms of drugs and, without realizing it, the harms of current drug policy.
Yeah, one of these days they're going to be coming around to talk about the harms of prohibition,
Yeah.
as opposed to the harms of drugs.
I'm not sure whether or not what I was going to say and what I had written up for SSDP, if I think I still get to send it to the guy who's coordinating everything. They'll distribute it around to the member states. But I basically said marijuana has never killed anyone. It's time to legalize weed. And I was like, I talked about the prescription drug overdose. I'm like, I can't talk about stuff that I don't know, like what's been causing the 60,000 deaths and 20,000 disappearances in Mexico over the last 5 years. Like, that's not, my area of expertise. But I can tell you that marijuana has never killed anyone, and that the biggest drug problem that we have right now in our country is the epidemic of people that are in prison and the epidemic of people that are dying of prescription overdoses, man. Increased at exponential rates, dude. I've got friends that have died. 30,000 the amount of overdoses from prescription drugs now surpasses the amount of car accidents, car accident deaths, fatalities, for the first time ever.
Well, one is one problem is making a lot of money for somebody. At least the pharmaceutical drug overdose. Is what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, and that wasn't the United States was talking about their successes and just giving some statistics when their delegate was going on during the convention or whatever it was, or the debate, and they failed to mention anything about the prescription drug overdose epidemic. They said the rates of abuse for crack, crystal meth, heroin, whatever it is, everything has gone down except for marijuana, which has gone up. And they didn't mention anything about the extremely high amount of prescription drug overdoses every year, which has increased at an exponential rate, and is a way, way bigger problem.
As a society, we have to get out of the mindset, and also our drug policies, that synthetic good, natural bad. I mean, that this goes without saying, but just the fact that Adderall, which I've seen a lot of people take, I've taken it myself, not gonna lie, but
shame on you.
Yeah, I know.
No, I'm just kidding.
During
Everybody in college does it, dude. Indiana University, my professors used to joke about it. In business school, they'd say, "Well, you guys are gonna stay up all night, cram for this, take Adderall." Like, we know that.
And there is overdoses
like, ha, ha, ha.
on Adderall, no question. I mean, and it's synthetic does not necessarily equal good. That's
well, especially with the opiates, man, and OC, Oxycontin is just extra synthesized heroin. It's the exact same thing as heroin. It's just derived a different way and through a legal process, and it's that's these OCs, all these prescription drugs and all these overdoses kill way more people than all illegal drugs put together by like crazy amounts.
I agree.
How many people died from weed last year?
0.
How many people died from prohibition?
Thousands.
Millions. Billions.
It's probably true.
It's definitely true.
Billions. I don't know about that. But anyways, what I do know is that this next song by Bob Marley is fucking amazing. So
it's true.
Enjoy it. This is Could You Be Loved by Bob Marley.
I could not.
right, welcome back to the Irie Island Hour. That's, of course, Bob Marley with Could You Be Loved?
I thought that was Bob Dylan.
You done smoked yourself stupid.
I would never do that.
I just shot Bradley the look.
Are you crazy? Yo, you crazy dog.
Did he just say that? How dare you?
So, has anyone ever heard a reggae Bob Dylan song, though?
No.
Wait, no, he has an album called The Infidels that he released in the 80s. It's like all reggae, basically.
Really?
Yeah. You should check it out.
I'll look that up.
Yeah.
For sure. Well, we're pretty much at the end of the Irie Island Hour. I got to play my last song here and say goodbye. But I appreciate you guys joining us for this 2 hours. I know the second hour was, oh God, it seemed long. But, I appreciate you guys joining us. All of the diehards. Of course, for Radical Russ and Mike, the Laid Back Lumberjack, and Bradley Steinman, intern at Law420.com, law student and president of the Lewis and Clark Law School SSDP chapter. Appreciate all of them joining us. And I haven't even chosen a song that I'm gonna go out with yet. That's how together I am right now. But I feel like probably Good Vibration by The Green is I think that's a good choice because they were just down in the Bay Area. They're on the Warped Tour. Check them out at thegreen808.com. They're gonna be in Portland August 5th. Looking forward to seeing them. Figured we should end it with the Hawaii band.
Yo, real quick, I didn't even talk to you guys since you've been back from the Cup, have I?
No, because we just got back the other day.
How was the Cup?
It was great, but we'll take that off the air. You guys should enjoy this song by The Green. This is Good Vibration by The Green. Until next time, my name is Wiz Khalico. Aloha.